Yo, it's Capital Bro C and welcome back to another video. So for the past 2 months, like if you have watched the first two parts of the series, which is I'm basically trading the South African rand, and with the series I'm basically trying to try out different strategies using the ZAR. We don't trade the ZAR, so for reference sake, we don't trade the ZAR, but for this series I'm basically trading the ZAR and seeing what type of strategies or different scenarios we can use to become profitable traders. So in the last video I basically had a loss, which I think I did reference it here somewhere. Yeah, so the loss was a short and a long, a buy basically, and it was not successful, which it did end up being a few days later. And the first one on the series was a short basically, which we did here, as you can see, which was a short, which is success. So far I'm 1-1 trading ZAR. But then I wanted to talk about backtesting basically. So backtesting is an important part of testing out a strategy, because you're basically testing the strategy a few times out before you actually use it. So for this trade, I didn't place it on the account. Let me just do that quickly, show you guys quickly. So yeah, is the account so far. Oh shit, let me not do that. Also, I haven't traded in a while. So as we can see, the first one was the first one, and the second one was that loss. So in the second trade basically, I just did it on the 1 minute, which was basically just going in, trying the triple up trend strategy. Was basically, if it's on a 4 hour, 1 hour, and then 15 alliance, it's up trend. Basically with up trend, which it did, but it was just more like we said, on the 1 hour structure doesn't hold. So if you did watch that, so I wanted to show basically this strategy, or which I'm gonna be doing, which is more on the 4 hour to 1 hour, which we've trying to backtest now a little bit, which I've done it 4 times in the past, and three out of 4 has been basically profitable using SMC and the pullback, which I'm gonna explain very briefly for you guys today. So as you see here, so this strategy works better on the 4 hour to 1 hour, like I mentioned, and it's basically just has four parts to it, or 4 basically confluence or checks you need to check to make sure. Basically that's every strategy, making sure. So as you can see, the first part of the strategy is basically identifying the trend, which I did in the past video. I showed like where I documented a successful trade. So the first part of this is basically identifying the trend. As you can see, it's a bearish movement, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So that's the first part of the strategy, identifying that. The second basically is making sure it gets close to another confluence, which is the EMA, as we can see here. There, as you can see, here's our first part with high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs. So as we can see, the third part of this, it touched the EMA, so second part of a check. Next is we look for structure or area of interest. So as we can see here, I made 2 lines with basically a supply zone or demand zone, depending. So basically this is a bearish movement, so it's a supply. As we can see, there are 3 points of interest, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So that's 3 checks done. And then obviously, for this to be a valid pullback, we waited for sellers to take back control, which was at this point, as you can see here. So after the pullback, if this candle didn't close above where the last pullback candle was, which as you can see it did, basically this is our entry. At this point is where we enter. So that's 4. And now we look for where we want to get out of this, and using the risk management and stuff. So basically, I saw a demand zone here and I saw fair value gap here. So that basically is where I wanted to exit, and based off all these components, basically it added up to the strategy. So you can see it was a 1 to 5. I basically just rested my normal note 1, but I didn't take the trade. It was just basically spectating it out and backtesting. So basically that is the strategy using the ZAR. So if I took this trade on the ZAR account probably would have been up. Instead of, I'm still in the profit with the account. As you can see, it's $45, but we would have been up maybe another $100 on the account, which we just backtesting. So that's an important part of still following a strategy, getting better as a trader. Better as a trader. So yeah, and I'm doing the exact same one on the Euro GP, but this trade is still open. As you can see, here's the exact one, bearish movement, point of interest 1, 2, 3. Waited for sellers to take control. As you can see here, here's the EMA, tested the EMA, and yeah, so that this trade, and we're basically exiting at the demand zone, and this trade is also a 1 to 5. So the importance, so I want to leave the video basically is, before attempting a plan, basically backtest your strategy at least few times. So I'm not gonna say the strategy is 100% because I haven't had a fail with it yet, but the win rate so far is 3 to 4. The fourth one is still open, which is the Euro GP. So I've tried this 4 times and I've tried it for 3 times and all 3 times was a success. So it's not enough data to confirm that it is a profitable strategy. We need more testing. So obviously out of 10 trades we will see how much of the trades were success using the strategy. So then you'll have more data, and that's basically backtesting a strategy and the overall means of it. So yeah, that is today's video, the importance of backtesting a strategy and more update to the ZAR one. So yeah, so if you haven't checked out Dayan enjoyed these videos, make sure to do that. Dayan didn't end off well in the last video due to the JPY, but we shall not speak of that in this video. Check it out for yourself, and also make sure to subscribe. We almost at 5,000 subscribers. We pushing out a lot of videos on the channel, and we doing the hustling things. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'm Capital Bro C. I'll check you in the next one.